Hey y'all. Ooh, we done made it to the porch. Hey Janelle. Janelle, your mic on mute, girl. We can't hear you. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all, I don't know if Janelle meant to hit the link because she ain't talking to us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we was going to look at the movie.
You say you what?
I'm sorry. I thought we was going to look at the movie again.
No, we finna talk. You hanging out or you finna drop back?
Did did I miss the movie tonight?
We was watching the series and we finished up the first season.
Oh
We were
wow.
watching
When was the last one? When
it
was the
ended
last?
like it we just got out of watching it.
Oh my God, I missed it. Oh, I missed it.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
was laying down. My pressure been up today, so I was laying down.
Okay. I understand that. All right. But that's all right. Next time we watching something, just come on back, okay? Hello? Sis, okay, she went ahead and went. Okay, cool. So Christian,
Yes, ma'am.
girl, where do we even start? Now you know the end of that doggone thing. Listen, that made the whole season make so much sense as to why this
Yeah.
girl was acting like she was acting. And you know, we've been wanted to say something about it, but we didn't want to say too much because everybody hadn't watched the season yet.
Right.
So now, Lord, I don't want to go in no chronological order because I just be all over the place. Is it me or did you want to punch Mercedes mama in the face? You in the chat, Miss GJ? Okay, cool. I wanted to hit that old man in the face. How you gonna steal that girl money and then beat her getting mad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You wrong her. I'm not understanding what her problem is. Patrice is trifling. She is real slimy. Stole that
She is.
girl
She's
money at the end.
very
Yeah, and it's like she acting like she offended because that girl was mad about her money.
right.
I don't get
And
it.
then
I don't get it.
the whole thing is that you supposed to be a Christian woman. And
So she
every
say,
time your child exactly, and every time your child comes to you, look at how you treat her. Like who does
thank
that?
you.
And then
You
you
treat her
wouldn't have what
bad,
you have. Yeah, you
treat her
wouldn't
bad,
have what you
call her a
have.
hoe, steal from her. And then if she say
Mhm.
anything, it's a whole problem. The read you
Yeah.
made it in, girl. Okay. But it was just like it was too much for me. And then it was the whole, you know, this attitude of, I'm gonna throw it back in your face that you said
Mm-hmm.
I'm dead to you. If anything, I felt like she should have been grateful that her
Thank
child was
you.
willing to talk to her at all after her
Thank
stealing her
you.
money. So
Exactly. And then the whole that's what I was gonna say, you wouldn't even have that if it wasn't for her.
you wouldn't have nothing. You got it because you stole it from her. Wouldn't be me.
Right.
There's no place to go up and smoke because you ain't gonna convince me it's a church. She
And then
prayed for everyone up in that jail too. I wouldn't have let that demon pray for me. You up in here after your daughter done beat you up for stealing her money.
that's the prime example of you don't let everybody pray for you.
You ain't lying. She is slimy, Darius. She is an opportunist. She's
Mhm.
shiesty. She's shady. She's a liar and a thief. But y'all know, Mama them used to say, if you a lie, you'll steal. If you steal, you kill. And this heifer proved it. Hey, Candy.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get over her. It was too much. Lady C. Red say that new wig got to her head. Yes. And she bought that with that girl money.
Exactly, that part.
You walking around there, and then her nose got that big old bent hook in it, like a witch.
But you
And you
supposed to be getting up there preaching now. But
Yeah, she
okay.
swears she bad though, cause she got that little piece of wig on, that little stiff behind wig. Lord Queen Tina say snakes in the bushes. Is snakes in the bushes?
Well, what thing
I
what
don't
happened?
know. Who is the snakes in the bushes, girl? What is
Right.
really going on? But no, Patrice did something to me. Now she was good for drawing them people attention with that fake Christian stuff.
Of
She was
course.
decent for that. And I'm waiting to
Of
see
course.
what's gonna happen next season. Whether she gonna be able to keep that little raggedy church, or if she gonna get outed, or if them church people gonna come after her.
Mm-hmm. It's something. Her demise is gonna come. It got to.
We
It got
gotta see it because Patrice is working my last nerve.
to. It got
I'm telling you,
to.
Patrice one of them make you want to reach out and pop her. Oh my
Man.
goodness. And y'all, Keyshawn. Oh my God. This
Where's
man is
Marva?
fighting for you and you gonna draw a gun on him? Y'all listen. I'm sorry.
Ooh, where's Marva at? I was waiting for Marva to say something.
Marva, you ain't got nothing to say about this, girl. You better grab that link. Cause see, Marva,
Come on, Marva.
we was literally not saying too much because we knew you hadn't seen it, and it was one other person saying they had never seen it. And we
Mm-hmm.
was trying not to say nothing.
Trying our
Easy,
hardest because that was bull.
Easy Breezy say Mercedes gonna do something to make her lose that church. I bet she ought to. Hey, Allison. Okay. She said, I hate that Mercedes gave her power back to Patrice. Yeah, but that might have been temporary. I hope it was.
Mm-hmm. And
Y'all,
bless you.
them sinuses is killing me. Now I'm over here sneezing. I feel like that little snot nosed boy on Martin. What's his name? Roscoe?
Yeah.
It's so funny. Girl, it's like my voice is coming back. Not that my voice is coming back. Now my sinuses are acting up. The whole time my voice was gone and I was croaking. And it's still not good.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as my voice was gone and I was croaking, I ain't have no symptoms. Like I felt fine. Now I got sinus pressure in my face. My nose keeps stopping up. And I'm sneezing.
At
That
least
is
it's
too
just
much.
sinus and not nothing else.
Yeah, you right. I ain't gonna complain now. People around here with the can't you, don't you? So I'm gonna take my little sinuses and shut up. You right. You right. Let me hush. I thank you for checking me, sis. I need to be checked too. But back to that darn Keyshawn with her trifling. But girl, I had a cousin like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she wasn't messing with no clear man because that wouldn't have worked out. We probably would have killed him. But
Yeah.
she was, the dude was hitting her. She hid it for a while. Then when she let it out that he was hitting her, well, everybody jumped him. Which, we country folks, that's kind of how that
Of
goes. We gonna
course.
get jumped,
Right.
stomped out. And then he went to the club. And then my cousin's brother and his friends seen him at the club. They beat him up at the club again. And the DJ
Good.
kept playing the music because they thought that they was just getting crunk because of the music they was playing or whatever. And they stomped that boy all through that club. It was a place used to be called Shark Attack in Ocala. And they stomped that boy out in that club. Do you know
That's
after
good.
all of that, she went back to him? Was sitting up there mad with her brother, mad with all of us, mad with everybody
Mm.
that took up for her. It was absolutely disgusting.
I hate to hear that. I
Yep,
really
then
do.
eventually he got killed, wink, wink. And then she up
Mhm.
there crying and going on, oh, I'm so depressed. You depressed? How you depressed? This man was beating you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What is you depressed about?
Right.
Some women
Right.
speak like that. The man that'll mess around, that'll abuse them, you'll go to help that woman and she'll get mad at you for trying to help her. And that's what she did to Diamond, and that was dirty.
Low
Okay.
down.
Miss
Low
G
down.
they did the husband find his wife. That wasn't no husband, that was the killer. You got to go
Yeah.
watch the season, Miss GJ.
He
Yeah,
wanted her to
Diamond
be.
deserved better. Diamond, what it is, he's a soldier. So he thought he was just, rescuing the damsel in distress. And he didn't
Yes, being a
realize
man.
that damsel in distress was she was a mess because she wanted to be beat up. After a certain point, when somebody doing something to you, when you can get out of it and you choose not to, at that point you ain't no victim, you a volunteer.
Mm-hmm. But just like Miss Phyllis said, some women like that turns them on. They like that.
They like they getting beat up and stuff because then it's like, oh, I know he loved me. If you love me, you got to put your hand on me, baby. You better hate me.
No.
You better hate me because I'm not
And
taking
how
no beatings.
I know it's true. My daddy ex-girlfriend was one of them. And I asked him, I was like, why you leave that lady? He was like, because she wanted me to hit on her. He told me if I didn't hit her, she told me if I didn't hit her, I didn't love her. He said, and I ain't that type of man. He said, I had to go. I said, I
Yeah,
know that's Sharrell.
that's crazy. Marva, I think you're right. I think Diamond did have feelings for her, but I hope
He
he got over the
was.
feelings real quick when he saw how stupid she was.
Yeah, I think it's OV.
Yep, that is one circle of that. Yep, Stockholm syndrome for real.
Mhm.
But I don't understand, especially when you belong to people that will go and defend you. I always, and maybe I just didn't have a clear understanding about it because I don't have that kind of personality. But I always figured that those women were like that because they felt like they didn't have any other options. Y'all, please hit the like button for me, please. Pretty please with a cherry on top.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, thumbs up. Because I don't think I got none of my mods. I
Oh,
think Egypt somewhere being fast, and I don't know. DC might have put the sleep on us. I'm for real, y'all. Egypt be being fast. So I don't know where she at. I'm finna tell.
Lord.
But
Marvin said,
anyway,
stuck on stupid. I know it, Marvin.
that's right. That's exactly what it is. But I always assume that they did stuff like that because they thought that they didn't have another choice, or they just felt like it was
Mhm.
like an impossible situation. I never knew that they was doing that because they just like to get beat on. Like I don't understand who does that.
I don't neither. I've never understood when I watched movies and they, because that's the only time I done seen it with like, he beats on you and then y'all make love. And then when he gets through, he beats on you again. And I was like, what? Who
No,
does
you
that?
cannot listen. I had an auntie that used to, she wasn't, vulgar like some of these frowsy heifers.
Mm-hmm.
But she had a way of saying it, and she used to say, "Ain't no man gonna beat me two ways." And I'm sure y'all understand what she meant. You can't beat me two
Mm,
ways. Now that's what you can't do.
right.
Dare say was I guess Keyshawn at the auction. No, she wasn't there. She was over there with that man where he could finish beating her tail.
Right.
She didn't even. She couldn't even show up for the people that's been showing up for her and watching her dadgum baby.
This
Okay.
whole time.
Hey, HU Angel One, how you doing, boo? Y'all, please hit the like button for me. Hit the like button. Talking about a waste of pretty. Yeah, she pretty, but she pretty dumb. And she
Pretty
look weak
stupid.
and pitiful. She wasn't
It's
there, girl. It was
yeah,
too
when
much.
she was sitting there saying when she turned around and snapped on him, it was like I'll be there when I be there, or whatever she said. And somebody
Uh-huh.
commented and said, I bet that felt good. I said, yeah, but it ain't gonna feel good later on. That's the whole
Right.
thing about that. You can't have balls and then you do that in front of people and then they see you being
Yep.
beat on and they come to save you and you turn around and take up for the person beating on you.
Yep. Then we had one other one that used to tell us, if you see him beating me, if you see him choking me, let me die. Don't y'all get in it. And
Oh,
so, yes, and on that situation, the time came where I gave her a ride over to his house to get something. He wouldn't open the
mm-hmm,
door, so she tried to reach through the window to unlock the door, and he went to tan on her head. He snatched her through that window and went to beating her. And I sat right there in my truck and minded what I call my goddamn business. So when she come out the house and he followed her to my truck and tried to bam her head on my truck window, oh, I went to back him
mm-hmm.
up because y'all ain't finna tear up my property. The lies you tell.
Right.
So I backed on out into the street. I ain't leave her because I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, you can always come on or, get in the car when y'all get through fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets in there. She was like, why was you pulling off? I said, did you not tell me 100 times if this man is,
Wow.
is, is choking you to let you die? Didn't you say that? Didn't you say you was going to be mad at me or anybody else if we got in it? So what you thought
Mm-hmm.
we was finna do? Egypt made it.
Hey,
Hey, boo.
Egypt.
I told him, I say Egypt be being fast. Them men be chasing Egypt, honey. She ran there enticing the men and whatnot. So I don't ever
Good.
know when she busy or when she ain't busy. That's my Egypt though. I love her so much. But yeah,
Yeah.
she pulled that crap talking about why you ain't come help me. Help you do what?
Mm-mm.
And you done told me to
Mm-mm.
mind my business.
You
No,
know,
man.
I did what you asked. I respected your wishes because as soon as, like you
Bingo.
said, as soon as you would have did say get out and help her, then she would have snapped on you or flipped on you.
Exactly. And then I would have popped upside her head for real. That little child, that pity pat that man was doing wasn't gonna be nothing. So I was like, let me let you handle that. Cause see, y'all'll be right back kissing in 20 minutes. I ain't got time for that. Hey Marlette, hey Demi, hey Miss Sparkle. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not getting in none of your mess. I'm not. Now, I ain't gonna stand there and watch nobody kill you if you say, hey, help me. But if you done already told me, if he choking me, let me die. Guess what? I'm finna mind my business. I bet you I can play one of them games on my phone. I got Gardenscapes. I'm on level 3,667. I can play that sapsucker for hours. And I will be right there.
That's right.
And clicking in my phone. I'm not jumping in no fights to help nobody. Then you go running back to that same joker.
No.
Same thing I say about them girls when they go get themselves tied up with a no good man. He cheating on you and handling you all kind of crazy. Then they think you supposed to take their call every time they want to call and complain about their man. Don't nobody want to hear that.
Yep, like my best friend, one of my best friends, I told her after about the 16th time, don't call me no more. This is the last time I'm coming to get you at 3 o'clock in the morning. This is the last time I'm answering my phone at 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't call me complaining, crying. I said, if you gonna stay, don't complain. You can't do both.
Stay your tail up in there. If you getting all that done to you and you like it, girl, I love it. It ain't none of my business. Dara say she playing Lily's Garden. I like Lily's Garden too.
Yeah, I don't play it.
Yeah, that's what it is. They get the pillow talking. And the same man done beat you upside your head. Now he beating you below the belt. And you gonna pretend like you don't remember that you now all of a sudden you feel like you was walking into the punches. Hey, little brother.
Hey, boy.
How you doing, boy?
I'm good.
Nah, we up here talking about Keyshawn trifling, but you know the one you don't like.
Bless you.
Thank you. Y'all, I can't quit sneezing.
No acting Keyshawn.
Yeah, no acting Keyshawn. Huh.
And no acting Autumn.
And no acting Autumn. Yes. But Autumn still did better than Keyshawn.
You just don't like what Keyshawn did.
I sure don't like what she did. You gonna sit up there, got this man fighting for you, which he shouldn't have been doing that because she wasn't his. But he up there fighting for you, and you gonna pull a gun on him.
Right.
Wherever he see her, it need to be a misunderstanding. He need to pay whatever girl standing with him to go jump her. If they at church at altar call, he ought to pay somebody to go over there and knock the wig off her.
Hey JC, hey Latavia. Yeah, that's why I don't get into people's shit.
That's what I just said. Yeah,
I've been lost my life, girl. Because I wouldn't. There wasn't no regular white boy. You know what I'm saying? That's some white boys out of Chuckalisa and them white boys. You know what I'm saying? Them the country fed bread white boys because he was giving a Diamond a run for his money.
He really was, but he took a good beat though. I got to give it to the clear boy. Got to give it to him. He did give pretty decent. In the end, it wasn't no wins to it, but he gave pretty decent. It just got to the point of this man literally up here fighting this man that you couldn't whoop by yourself. Which I don't first understand that. I don't believe it's a man born of a woman that I can't whoop. Now, I might not be able to beat you straight up, but I'm going to get you, baby boy. You better not never trust nothing I eat. You better not never go to sleep around me. It was an old woman told me, put some sleeping pills in their food or whatever. Let them sleep real good and cut up the bed sheet in the strips. And take your time and put them strips and tie the knots over the top of them so they can't move their hands and get something and beat the hell out of them because then they can't fight back. I say, oh, that's nice. Then my cousin told me if I cut the breaker box, he'll be hitting the light switch and won't know why the lights ain't coming on. And you
come on, baby boy.
Skillet and go to work. Then I figured out that all you really got to do is feed them real good and love on them real good. And when they get to sleeping real nice and heavy, you just get you something real heavy like a 2x4 and just go to work.
Yes.
Go to work. Because see, after they done ate good and you done loved on them real good, they can't do nothing no way. You not finna whoop me and walk off. Now you might win the undercard, but I'm gonna get you on the main event.
That's what I say all the time. I might not can get you while you up, but I'm gonna get you.
One way or another. One way or another, we gonna do this thing. We finna shake, rattle, and roll, baby.
That's right.
You ain't finna whoop on me, not Phil's daughter. JC said, God dang, Shadisha, you sounded like Method Man. I came to bring the pain hardcore from the brain. Hey, I'm just telling the truth. And y'all know when all else fails, go buy AutoZone, buy y'all a couple of socket wrenches and some vice grips and put them in a pillowcase and tie a knot on the end of it and just have a good old pillow fight.
Or just get you some canned goods and put them in a pillowcase.
Canned goods work good. Canned goods work good too, but it's more of a blunt object and you can actually kill them. But you put them wrenches in there and the vice grips, it ain't gonna kill them, but it's gonna put something on their mind. They ain't gonna hit nobody else's daughter. I'm telling you. Now we ain't trying to get no murder charges.
Why not? That's self-defense, baby. That's self-defense.
No, that's self-defense when you clear. When you black, that's murder or manslaughter. You don't want to, you don't want to do that. I'm telling you what to do. You don't go get no charge. Now you get you a simple assault, you can get out. We can bond you out. We'll come together, have a meeting, and raise your bond. But you go killing people, we can't do nothing to help you. We can't help you with that one.
I think, but I want to say it was not too long ago. Matter of fact, it was like two things in Houston where these men was beating on these women, baby, and killed them. They had already had police reports, baby. Them girls ain't do no time.
Yeah, but you can't count on that. You know what I'm saying? You don't bank on that. Not when you ain't clear. You don't be banking on stuff like that. They had that sister over there in Florida. All she did was fire a warning shot. She shot nobody and was sitting in that prison. So y'all don't go banking and hoping that the system gonna work for you. Y'all know good and well the system ain't got nothing to do with us. So you defend yours. Yes, there is hot grits. You know what else works? Fish grease. Leave the crumbs in it. Works real good. Now, if you're gonna do grits, put your little black strap molasses in it. Make sure it sticks and get that thing done. Now, what else works real good, y'all, is if you get you some Karo syrup and you put it on the fire and put you about 2 cups of sugar in it, let it start to bubble and boil. And when that stick, it's like making candy. It'll scald them, but it won't come out. They'll have to be peeling and talking to the Lord and speaking in tongues.
I know women who done killed. I know at least 2 women personally who done killed their husbands and ain't do a day in jail.
And that's fine. You talking about 2, and we talking about a whole lot more than 2, because a whole lot of us done had to fight men, baby. And I'm not talking about what I guess and no theory. I'm telling you what I know.
I'm telling you about 2 women I know personally.
But that's what I'm saying. You talking about men. 2. What I'm saying is I worked in the prison system and there was women who really had cases and they still ended up sitting in that prison. Now I ain't gonna call out them women names because that's not my place to do. And one of them was a clear lady. But the man she killed had family that was connected. And so she's sitting up there in there doing life after he was beating her and her son. So no, I ain't finna tell these ladies to do nothing to get no case like that because you can't count on it. 2 women escaping as opposed to the hundreds and hundreds that's sitting up in there and can't go home. Don't y'all listen. Don't y'all do that. Now I can tell you how to whoop them and make them leave you alone. But I don't want y'all going and getting up in there because I ain't gonna be able to put no money on your book. Now, and to say, yeah, you're going to turn them into a candy apple. Yes, girl, when you put that Karo syrup, that sugar, a little bit of water so it don't burn. If you want to, you can even put your little food coloring in there. Get fancy and put it right on him. Put it right on him. Don't even play. Don't let nobody whoop on you. Dare say, do y'all remember that movie with Regina King and she was spilling that baby oil on the floor? Yes. Oh, what was the name of that movie, Gabor?
Christmas something.
Christmas something.
This Christmas?
Was it? I don't know, but I remember that scene.
It was a Christmas movie with Chris Brown, Loretta Devine, Lauren London. I think it was This Christmas or something.
This like Christmas. That's what Miss Sparker said. I remember that scene. He put that dog on. She put that baby oil on that floor, and baby, she went to work. She went to work. She worked overtime. Candace say, yep, that justice system is not for us. Not at all. I know that's right. If one got lucky, it's 100. It's 100 or 1,000 who did not. Don't play with them clear people. Get you a simple assault. You go to use some anger management classes. They make you talk to some people. You tell them, oh, I'm real sorry. I just snapped. I blacked out. I don't even remember doing it. And then you can leave. Don't do nothing. You can't just play crazy and go home for. Spiller said I had to pull my gun on my friend's husband because he thought he was gonna beat her in my house and tear up my stuff. No, sir, you will not tear. I know that's right. Yeah, you can't whoop over him. Now, if
The
he let
most
you,
of, Go
go ahead.
ahead.
No,
The
baby.
most
I was about to
most
say
of
they
most
can't beat
abusive
her.
men, that I know that I knew growing up, my mama friends or cousins and aunties and stuff that was whooping on men, even when you fall back, your ass is still getting beat. Period.
Right.
No matter what you did, your ass was still getting beat. I
But
remember
see, we
being
not
little with my
saying
mama friends coming to our house that was getting their ass beat and fighting back.
no, I'm not saying fight back. I said stop him. Hey, Maureen. See, when you do little things like grab that cast iron skillet and get the bashing and breaking, baby, that's not fighting back. That's how you stop a Negro. When you go grab them hot grits and put you some black strap molasses in it and throw it right at his crotch. Oh, baby, that's how you stop a Negro. That's not fighting back. That's when they run off and say that crazy B, she did X, Y, and Z. But you know what? I'll be that crazy bee. What I'm not gonna be is the heifer you're beating on. Now that's what I ain't gonna be. I believe in stopping people. We not finna keep doing that, not whooping on me. We ain't finna do no hand to hand combat and all that. There, cat 66, 64470. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you after I mess you up. You not
You ain't
finna
got
hit
but one
Phillips.
time to put your
You
hand
ain't
on
finna
me.
hit Phillips' daughter.
We ain't putting no hands on nobody. We not touching, pushing, shoving. We ain't doing none of
Mm-mm.
that.
Don't do none of
None of
that.
that.
If you touching me, it better be because you thought I looked real good today. That better be the only reason you put your fingertips on me. It better be, ooh, you look real good today, baby. That better be the only way you do it. Cause a shove, a strangle, a grip my face, a hit me, and baby, both of us gonna be praying for different reasons, and that's all I'ma say. Cause now I done told y'all what to do. If they start that stuff, it's a way to stop them. Now they people ain't gonna like you no more. All of them gonna
Mm-mm.
talk about y'all real bad, but go ahead and stop them. And Keyshawn made me sick because that man was there to stop him for her. If she had sat back and minded her business and let that man handle that, when he got through beating that clear boy, he wouldn't have touched Keyshawn no more. But instead, she gonna pull a gun on the person trying to help her. She just
Hate to
made.
say it.
Go ahead, girl.
I was gonna say hate to say it, but I wouldn't be surprised if she wind up dead in the next season.
You know what? And that'll suit me just fine.
Please, please.
Lord, good boy said, please. Hey, natural born Queen. Listen, because I mean, what else do you expect to happen? When you sitting up there, you letting this man whoop on you, and then you protecting him. I agree with you, Spiller. You ain't gonna tear up stuff in my house, and you can't beat her in front of me either.
Right.
And yeah, you can't do that. Now you take her home, and she let you beat her to the house. Beat her to the house. Don't come over here with that. But now I'm gonna tell you something else that I ran into with that mess. Now it was one of them that was getting beat on, that we was feeling bad for her, and then we found out what they was beating, what that man was beating her for, and then we kind of felt bad for taking up for her.
Girl, what was
Oh,
what
how did
what
that
what
work?
happened?
Well, she was cheating on him with some women, and he found out she was playing with that confectioner sugar, and she was stealing money from him and giving it to the women she was messing with. And it was like, oh yeah, we don't need to take
Oh,
up for her. It was a mess.
oh,
Dareth want her to get better next season. Well, if she can get better, I guess. But right now, I just no.
ain't
I
no
can't.
hope in sight after that.
All right,
Yeah,
Miss.
I
All
don't
right,
have
Miss
no hope.
Marine.
Lord, and just say Secret Squirrel and Chris. Uh huh.
Uh-uh.
Spiller say he would still be beating her if he wouldn't have died in his sleep.
Amen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. But that's the thing. Like I said, when that mess happened with my cousin, we went and jumped that man, and then she went right back to him. That was it
Hmm.
for me. It
That's
was
the
like,
thing with
nope.
me. You can't. That's the thing. You could. That's the thing that I don't like. You can lose your life. You know what I'm saying? And as you become adults, You know what I'm saying? You got when you have start having kids, you got to live for and stuff like that. You are in charge of your own life, and I can help you once. You know what I'm saying? But once you go back to this nigga, you ain't gotta ever worry about calling me again.
That's what I said. I wasn't saying her brother went back to her aid, and he took his friends to help her. But the rest of us was like, nah, boo, you had one. You had one rescue call. We showed up and took care of him for you since you didn't know what to do with him. Then we found out the first thing she was doing that let me know that she knew it was jacked up was that she was sneaking around, still messing with him. Like she didn't move him back in the way. She was sneaking around and messing with him, and one of the children ended up telling it. Because she made like they had went out of town for the weekend or whatever, and the baby girl was like, "We was at my daddy's house this weekend."
Oh, girl, I wish I could get y'all into some of these stories, but you just never know who may be dropping in listening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just never who be dropping in listening. I don't just want to put no. You're 65 people watching and probably 20 people active. You don't know who listening, child.
Right. You know what? That's why I like the Zoom sometimes, because I can look at the participants, and when I see iPhone and no name, we can boot that rump up out of there.
Yeah.
Because some people, it's like I don't mind people participating or whatever, but some people just, they be hanging to see what they can run with. Hey Mina, we was talking about episode 7 and 8 of P Valley. And women that sit up and let men whoop on them for no reason and don't get rid of them.
I remember I asked my cousin, I'm like, girl, I just can't believe after all the stuff we start growing up that you would let a nigga beat on you. And she started laughing, almost started crying, because she thought that, y'all can't believe you think I be getting beaten. Bitch, he be hitting you in your face. What you talking about? She looking at it like because he be punching her, get mad and punching her and slapping her and choking her and shit. He beat her while she was pregnant. And she looking at it like because he wasn't just dragging her down the street and stuff, that she wasn't really getting beat or wasn't in an abusive relationship.
So wait a minute. First off, Alexis E, thank you so much for the super sticker, boo. I love you and thank you for supporting the stream. And good boy. So you mean to tell me, I need to understand this because I don't, this is one of those, what's the word? Conundrum. Where is Jaded when you need it? This one of them conundrums, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because he wasn't beating her like on a regular, like in front of people or whatever, and he would just lose his cool and slap her or punch her. To her, that wasn't abuse, or that was better?
To her that wasn't. She didn't look at it like it was somebody getting beat. And one day, because she used to tell me the stories, and I was like, oh girl, no. And then one day I was just like, girl, I can't believe that you letting this nigga beat on you after all the stuff we done saw growing up. You know what I'm saying? After all in school, we done watched What's Love Got to Do with It. No one telling you all the PSAs about if a man hits you to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you letting this man beat on you, and you having a baby by the man just to try to stay with him. And
you
was like laughing and crying. I'm like, I can't believe that you think that. Yes, bitch. I know he beating on you. You done told
what
me.
It is, I think she was trying to like minimize it in her mind.
Yeah, she was trying to minimize it in her mind. Amen. 100%.
Okay. Miss Knox got a good one. She say her mama cousin turned on her when she tried to help. That was her last time she helped her. She lost a good one because my mom's a fighter. But that's what happened, Miss Knox. I'm a fighter. Like the girls in my family, most of us is we some terrorists. But ain't nobody gonna sit there and keep being a fool for you, coming to fight for you, jumping the man, dragging the man. It don't make no difference what we do if you finna go right back to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up here breaking my good nails, and my nails ain't cheap. We out there stomping and dragging to beat the band, and then we got to flee the scene for the law get there. And then you turn around and you right back over there. If the baby had told it, good boy, at first we wouldn't have even known. I think it only came out really because the baby told it. Because she said, we was at my dad's house this weekend. That's how we found out she was right back messing with the baby daddy. After all that hoopla.
Now the only thing is, you ain't gonna whoop it in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, he wasn't enough to hit her. Okay, this Joker was so sneaky, good boy. When he was in front of us, he would act like he just loved her so much and he was so into his children or whatever. He was hitting her behind closed doors because he knew this family. He had been around us enough to know how that was finna go down. Like drag you out your house, drag you out your man's house type action. He knew what it was. What it was is the fact that she had been hiding it. And we kind of got to the bottom of that after he was already dead. He had been hitting her and she was hiding it. She only ended up telling because they were fighting about her catching him tricking. She was more worried about him tricking on her with somebody else than the fact that he was beating on her. That's why she ended up telling that he was around there knocking her upside her head.
Mm.
Some of these girls really got their head twisted up over these men. They will let a man do any and everything to them, and it doesn't make sense. All these men out here, go get another one.
Right.
And yes, y'all hit that like button. Help me out. Help me out. Okay. Natural born queen say, raise your hand at me and you're going to be drawing back a shoulder blade when I'm done. I know that's right. But listen, okay, let me ask this question. Do y'all accept men hollering at y'all? Because you can't raise your voice at me. Now I'm gonna just say,
no, ma'am, I get real nervous, and when I get nervous, they said scared people is the most dangerous people to be around. I will grab something. I will act like you finna hit. That'll make me feel like you coming towards me. Do not yell at me.
Yeah, I don't like that. Don't raise your voice. Surely don't curse at me. And I mean that. Surely don't. Please don't. Because to me, that's an act of aggression. We finna end up really fighting like two Negroes on a prison yard. This ain't finna go. Don't holler at me. Don't cuss at me, please, sir. I'm telling you. Okay, I'm glad my sisters is with me on this one. Dara said, no, I don't like being hollered and talking down to me. No, you're going to be careful because I'm real respectful. I'm not going to talk to you crazy. And if I get to where I don't feel like that towards you, I'm going to just leave you alone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just for that night. If I know I'm too mad to be cool, then I'm just not finna talk to you right now. But don't be hollering at me. I'm serious. Okay, some sisters take that. They be arguing with the men and screaming and yelling back and forth and trading insults and stuff. You can't do that with me.
Yeah, don't. It said don't bruise in obvious place. Don't bruise me at all.
Somebody said don't bruise in obvious places.
Yeah, you put it at the top. Shashi 7100.
Let me go back to Shashi.
And don't bruise in obvious place. Don't put your hands on me at all.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. I can promise you that's the best thing to do. Because how Steve Harvey say, God ain't through with me yet. Please don't. Please don't. Don't holler at me. Don't cuss at me. Like I said, if you put your hand on me, it better be because you thought I looked real good that day. Right. Mina Ruth say men like that are cowards and they feel the need to control them and mistreat them and make them feel like to make them feel like a man. I've heard that.
Maybe I'm a little bit naive. I thought that when I was growing up, our generation would be raising a man who wouldn't be putting their hands on girls, and that's just not the case.
No, it ain't
at all.
Well, you got to tell the truth. The example that you set for children, it makes an impression. Either that child is going to be like, I'm never going to do that, or the child picks up the behavior and they mirror the behavior. You know what I'm saying? Or they overcompensate and they go the other way. But it's never going to be that it doesn't have an effect. And regardless of whatever it is, we saw a lot of that stuff. If it wasn't in our house, it was with the people close to us. So that mess carried on just like any other dysfunction. Is like a virus, it spreads. And unfortunately, the children are the ones who get a front row seat. Just like my cousin's children. She had all girls. So now look at the message she was sending her girls. This man can beat you half to death. But if you got children, you just stay there. Even if you bring your family in, you stay there, sneak if you have to. And you let him continue to abuse you. And if anything, you stay quiet so that your kin folks don't know what he's doing to you. Those are the kind of messages that are being sent and transmitted. So these children that's coming up now, the ones that's our grandchildren age and great grandnieces or whatever age, hey, Benita, those children going to end up carrying some of that same dysfunction because they still seeing this mess. And it's messed up. Juan say, I agree with y'all, but there's many women who be yelling with us and expect us to chill. Well, Juan, let me say this to you. Because I know what my daddy told my brothers, because he was a hell of a man. And that man said, you mean to tell me that you're supposed to be a man and you cannot ignore a mere woman? A mere woman. You can't ignore her. If she disrespectful and loud, Juan, all you got to do is pick up your stuff and leave. And let her know if you can't respect yourself and respect me, then I can't be with you. Why would you stay with a woman that's that disrespectful?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't let a woman bring you to that sort of level. If she's that disrespectful and she trying to force a confrontation, you have to let her know y'all are not equals.
Or you do like my best friend, her male cousin called her today. I need you to come handle this because she's provoking me, and I'm trying my best.
Yeah, we used to do that for the boys too, but I don't even believe in that no more.
Me
At the
neither.
end of the day, if that
They'll
woman
be
is
right back together.
disrespectful, get her up out of your house.
Yeah.
You do it. Don't go calling people like you say, good boy. They'll be right back with that girl after the sister, the cousin, and the auntie done stomped her out like a brush fire. Now you
Yeah.
right back with her. Uh-huh. That's right, Juan. When they get like that, leave. You don't have to take that off no woman. If she disrespectful, be done with her. You don't have to do that.
And you know
I
what's so
wouldn't want
crazy
to, boy.
though?
I wouldn't
I've
want
done
my son to accept no abuse from no heifer. Go ahead,
I
baby.
I don't seen some women do the most vile things to men too. And I be
Yep.
looking back at the dude like, nigga, you stupid as hell. If
Right.
if if
Mm.
if I was with a woman that did something like that, ain't no way I'll talk to her. You know what I'm saying? You don't never really know a person until you see them get mad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Yeah.
when you see some things that some women be doing, it's just, and they look at it like, oh, well, it's just relationship stuff. Somebody I heard, because it was somebody in my family. I'm like, leave that nigga alone before he kill your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The shit that you saying, some shit that he told you that nobody's supposed to know. You supposed to go. You supposed to go. They're supposed to go with you to your grave. You know what I'm saying? Leave that shit alone for the nigga kill you. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the cousins and stuff threatening to whoop her ass. Why they in the business? This relationship stuff. No, it ain't no fucking relationship stuff. He ought to just leave your ass alone.
Yeah, and that I totally agree with. You know, because
Mm-hmm.
like we say, some sisters can be disrespectful too. They really
Yeah.
can. And I urge women, like, don't be out there trying to get in no fight with no man. Leave that mess alone. Don't do that. If he's so terrible that he make you want to hit him, I told my daughter the same thing. You don't put your hand on no man unless you know you his equal. You don't hit nobody that you ain't looking to fight. And there's some
Mm-hmm.
girls that go around slapping on men and all this stuff. And then when that man hit him back, oh, he's the man. You knew he was a man when you hit him.
Exactly.
Keep your hands in your pocket. Ain't nobody got no business putting their hand on nobody.
Most of the women in my family, on my mama's side, I think I told y'all before, most of the women on my mama's side, the family on my mama's side, most of them women are big girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the boys are skinny, them girls ain't getting beat. On my
But
mama's
this
side,
is the thing. It don't
most
matter
of
whether
them.
you big or small, because I'm not a small girl. But like we
Hmm.
was talking about earlier, I done lost a fight or two. And you
My,
know, I don't care how bad you think you are. You can lose the fight. And I'm not tripping off it. But I can tell you one thing: if I lose this one, I'm still gonna get you back. Ain't gonna be no you gonna just walk off and this and we gonna chalk it up or charge it to the game. Absolutely not. But it's never we not dealing with each other no more. Ain't
hmm
no more relationship. Cause
my
see, at the end of the day,
cousin.
no matter how strong you are, that man is still a man.
Hmm
And you gonna
I got
always run into one that's a little bit better than you. Like I told him, my tooth is chipped right now because a man hit me in my mouth with a refrigerator.
mm-mm.
I don't care how bad you are, how bad you think you are. It's somebody out there better than you.
Hmm
And I can tell you one thing: you might get that in, but you gonna wish you didn't.
I had
I
went
don't
to
know. I ain't with all this hitting and stuff. Everybody keep your hand to yourself. And I ran into some girls after I moved out here to Houston. Pretty girls too. Real, real, real pretty girls. And so she was one of them was telling me, hey, Enlighten Hugh, hey Bed-Stuy BK. And she was like, oh, I slapped him and I told him he better not hit me back. And I said, baby, If you don't want him to hit you back, don't hit that man. And she said, but he was acting stupid. I say, but it don't matter. Don't put your hands on that man. I say, if he decided to square up with you, can you go toe to toe with him? She got quiet and she say, I be beating him all the time and he know he better not. I say, but see, you opening the door for stuff to get physical. If that man beat you or hurt you, everybody gonna want to skin him alive. When really you ain't supposed to put your hand on that man. And that was the first person that was like, but he know he a man and whatever. And that's when I said to her, I'm like, but you knew he was a man. When you hit him, you knew he was a man. It ain't like you thought that was your fellow woman you was hitting. What were you?
Want to call police on them when they pop on their ass back.
I had went to a 4th of July barbecue, and my cousin was there, her husband was there, and he was on his leg was in like a cast, and he was on crutches and stuff. And I was like, what happened to you? And she was like, this nigga tried to hit me, and I picked his ass up and slammed him.
Yeah, like I said, I've had a few of those, but it's always gonna be somebody. And all I'm gonna say is, when it come down to it, ladies, don't try to work it out with them. If they ever hit you, they're gonna do it again.
Leave.
You leave that joke alone.
I'll never forget one of my best friends. Her dad had died, and I remember we was getting ready for the funeral, and I had went to her house, and I was like, "Your mama not going?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, why not? And so she was like, I'll tell you afterwards. And she told me that when she was a baby, she was like 1 year old, her daddy was beating her mama, and said that the man was beating her, and he took her from her mama house and was in a car, and the man was drunk, and he pulled out a gun on her and put it to her head while her mama was holding her and pulled the trigger, but nothing happened. And she said, her mama said that she remembered praying. Her mama told her when she got older that she remembered praying, if you let me leave this man, I promise you I will never talk back with him. You know what I'm saying? And I could never, and I just respected that so much because she kept that promise. Because, a lot of times when you leave away with your life, a lot of times people think it's okay, but she never fucked with him at all.
But you're not supposed to.
The girl didn't even have contact with her daddy. She didn't even have contact from her daddy from then on until she was over 18. You know what I'm saying? She didn't fuck with him at all.
But this is the thing, and that's why I say, if somebody put their hands on you one time, leave them people alone. Leave them alone. And they have a habit sometimes. Oh, well, let's talk about it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I ain't gonna never do that no more. Don't believe it. It's a lie. That's right, Southern Charm. No second chance for abusers. You get your butt away from there. Leave them men alone. If somebody show you that they'll do you harm, you don't need that. And then if you see a friend of yours, a loved one, family member, whatever, and you see them acting silly, like that gal in this show, and she all right with that man beating her half to death and almost killing her, let her have it. Let her have it. Because you'll be done got yourself a charge, got yourself in trouble, or got hurt. And when you in the jail or somebody eating chicken over you, she would be done went right back to him.
Amen. Right. I done seen it too many times.
I have too with my own mama. I done actually seen a man put my mama in a headlock with the damn car though. So
oh no.
But I will say with my mama, that was one that I really, really remember. But I know it was other men too. But she never was a repeat offender, basically. She never went back. After that first incident happened or whatever, it's always done. I never saw that man again. So I did learn that part growing up. You do not let no man put their hands on you.
Yeah, you don't do that. No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, sir. And that's for the men too. If a woman can't control herself and she ain't got good sense, she following you through the house, pushing on you, putting her hands on you aggressively. Leave that crazy heifer alone before she be done got you locked up.
Right.
Leave. I don't play that abuse game. Like if you want to try to work it out with somebody after they cheating and hoeing around, okay, that's your prerogative. But with that abuse stuff, it affects too many people. If that person end up killing you or doing something real bad, guess what? That's gonna hurt your family. That's gonna hurt your children. You know what I mean? There's too many people that stand in the way of getting hurt. because you fooling with somebody that's dangerous and don't mean you no good. Leave that mess alone. Ooh,
Right.
wow. I'm so sorry that I'm sorry you went through that, Miss Sharon. And it's sad that a lot of people got that story that they watched their mama get hit. I don't know if I could have took that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know how that would have worked out, to be honest
My
with you.
grandma,
Yeah.
my grandma used to ask us, "That nigga over there hitting on your mama?" We'll be like, "No." She'll be like, "If he ever do, just boil some hot water and get a knife or whatever you can find."
It's the truth. It's the truth. And
And it's
one
true.
now one is just like my dad. One say I never spanked my daughter. I didn't even want her to think it was natural for a man to lay his hands on her. That's how my dad.
Mm.
I was bad as I don't know what. Ain't nobody ever correct me or whip me but my mama or my aunties. I have never had a man to be whooping on me. So
Me neither.
it feels unnatural for just the idea that some man want to hit me. It's like, what do you mean hit me? Hit who? You finna do what? Like I say, my favorite question to ask is, are you on that good dope? Because
Man,
I
hey.
be want to know, is it the horse tranquilizers? Which one? Because you not finna whoop on me. That's one of them absolutely not moments.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. Uh-uh. You had to tell your daughters the same thing. JC say free up that pointer finger and walk it on over to the like button. You so crazy.
It's so interesting that we talking about this with oh girl, um Miss
Keyshawn.
Mississippi, Keyshawn, and Autumn
Mm-hmm.
actually tried to escape. She thought she killed the man and escaped, and this nigga still came back.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that happens too. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. Now there was one lady at the prison. She was an older lady. She ended up in there because the man. She said her daughter was calling the police, and I believe this old lady because she
Mm-hmm.
was sick. She was getting all her meds and stuff in the prison. But she said her daughter would call the police, and if her daughter called the police, that they would pick him up and they would let him right back out. As soon as he got out, he would jump on her baby again. And so she
Mm.
ended up, the daughter moved into the mama house while he was locked up the last time. And when he moved in there and they was locked up or whatever, when he was locked up, when he got out, he came to that lady house to drag that girl out of her mama's house and beat her in her front yard. So that lady said
Mm.
she made a decision that she was gonna fix him. And her life was almost over anyway. She was old and she didn't care no more. And so she was like, shoot, let the state pay for all my medicine. I can't afford it no way. That's what she said.
Right.
And she took care of it, and I don't blame her.
I don't need about your child.
You know what I'm saying? The system don't do right when it comes to women. Every now and then it works out, but most times it really don't. Most times it really don't, and it's just a shame. And then, like, I like that they depicted that in this story, and it was very real. And I think it evoked one of them real responses to it, because everybody was looking at that like, how could you?
Yeah. Like you said, it was just a real life response to it. That's how most women do.
Yeah, a lot of them, fall for that bull,
Mm-hmm.
and that's so messed up.
It is. It's horrible.
It is.
And
That was. Go
it
ahead.
was.
Yeah, let's not challenge the system. No, that is not the time to be testing out what you can get away with. But I thought that was real interesting. Now, the other character that really was getting to me in these episodes was that Andre person.
Mm-hmm. He got his butt handed to him, baby.
He did, but what did you really make of him?
What you mean, like his whole just overall?
Just overall, how it ended for him. Like, what was your take on all that?
He's still a sellout, and he still ain't gonna be no good to his wife. And he's the type that'll come back down there just to find that girl, find Autumn.
I think so too. I really
He's
do
no
think
good at all. You went in there and did that with your wife, thinking of Autumn. And then your
yeah,
wife said you missed me and you couldn't even fake the funk and be like, yeah, you talking about I'm finna go take a shower. What?
yeah,
And
that
she
was
dumb
messed
too.
up. It was. And I'm gonna tell you something else that really ticked me off with him. Now Tydell was a piece of trash, and I think we can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Tadell, who is
However,
that? The mayor? The mayor?
yeah, the mayor.
Yeah,
Okay.
his goddaddy.
Yeah,
Oh yes.
God daddy.
Yes.
Tydell was a real piece of trash. But Tydell
She
really,
can't be doing my man like that now.
let me
Now
say it
Tadell
again.
was fine.
Tydell was a real piece of trash.
Let me
I mean
send you
a
this.
real one.
Let me send you this virtual slap.
I see it. I hear you go. What you want? What you want, good boy? Left cheek
What
or
you
right
got? You
cheek?
got the wrenches in your hand.
The left cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek. Which one? But he was a real piece of trash. But it just blew my mind that he was up there trying to, you gonna shame Tydell talking about he a sellout. You just as slimy.
Yeah.
It was the hypocrisy for me.
He was. That's why I've been calling him a coon from the beginning.
Yes,
Honestly.
ma'am.
Definitely that. And I hope he reap what he sowed too. I hope he come back in his second season and get his butt handed to him even more.
And I felt so bad for the wife because I think she kind of picked up something wasn't right in the end after that
At the
auction. Hey, spiritual babe.
at the very end, cause she like you. That's all you've been talking about. Is how she looking at him like this. All you've been talking about is making this deal, and you backing down from this woman. Who is this
Yeah.
woman?
Uh-huh. I'm glad, G darling. That's what we have to teach these children. Don't put your hand on nobody. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was just the way she looked when she saw him look up and how she walked off. I
Yeah,
feel like she suspected something.
Hmm.
yeah, she knew it, and then he was telling on himself. You keep looking at him.
Right. It's like because he was looking at her so lustfully, even in the presence
Mm-hmm.
of his wife, like he just couldn't control himself. He was giving me
Yeah.
vibes like he ready to, throw away his marriage and risk it all. Is the way I
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
took. You think that's what he was thinking, good boy? You think the next season we gonna see him try to leave his wife and moved over there to Chuckalissa?
I hope not. I'm through with him. I don't want to see him no more.
Me neither, but I get the feeling he coming back though. JC talking about she ain't never liked the villain so much, so you like Tydell too? I ain't studying y'all.
And you know he easy on the eyes now. Come on.
It's not
then
about
they,
what he looked like. He just looked regular to me. I know a bunch
He
of people
played that
that
role.
same kind of look.
To
Yeah,
me, I
he
feel like
definitely
he
played
played the
that
hell out
role.
that role.
he did. He
I
definitely
think
did.
it's more to that character, and I hope they bring it on out in the second season.
They got to. I feel like a character like that you got to bring back. He played his role. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel
Uh
like we could kill off Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? She ain't really bringing too much to the show.
huh. You killed me
Uh,
just saying kill her off. Oh my
yeah,
god.
get off the show. I just feel like now the girl
Okay.
I mean, she the baddest dancer in the club. Her whoever doing her dances for her is as bad as is doing a good job. But other than that, she not really bringing nothing to the show to me.
That's true. And then I was watching when they was
Mm-hmm.
auditioning girls for the new season, like some of the
Hmm.
little backstage stuff on Instagram. Did you check any of that, good boy?
I only saw the little thing that they said when they was talking about season three.
Okay.
Season two, the one you sent me. I had already saw that one.
Okay. Well, I had been watching them the whole time when they was auditioning girls and whatnot. Some of them girls is real legit, pretty girls. So you know what I mean? Like I get that they trying to sell her as the baddest, but I get the feeling they bringing in some real street stalkers to show them how to really do the thing. So I think it's gonna be
Okay.
interesting. And I'm gonna say this: I feel like when it come to Tydell trifling, but I want to see him come back because I feel like he got some criminal ties that they ain't really brought out yet, and I want to see that whole character completely develop. Like
See,
we
I
got a
don't.
little taste of him,
Yeah.
but we ain't really get the whole picture.
Well, see, I don't know if you noticed, but Tadell got that same ring on that the man that was beating on Autumn got. So they are part of that.
Yes.
Yeah, they are
You
part of
know
the
what? So
same
that
little
means he a
gang.
part of that same game.
Hmm.
Yes.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
Because it's
And I
like,
won't
who
be.
did
He
Tydell
gon'
pay to get
Yeah.
up top?
he gonna have to come. He gonna be coming up in there to see what happened to his brother. He gonna be the one that Chuckalisa seeing what happened to his brother. He was last seen here because you remember the man was saying like if something happened to me, they gonna come up in here and see. He gonna be the one coming in there to see what happened to the thing.
You know what? And Tydell gonna be able to tell him that the girl had the money because she used it at the auction.
Yep. Yep.
Oh shoot! You know what? I didn't even put all that together. That's finna be a mess.
And you see, my baby daddy went to jail. He ain't coming back.
Look at Juan. Juan talking about, oh, Naga boy, Mississippi is fast. She gotta stay. So you gonna keep a trifling heifer around just because she cute, Juan?
You ain't her type one. You ain't her type one.
She like somebody that's a little bit lighter that want to beat her half to death. Hey Sharrell, thank you for the super chat. She say, hey, my beautiful royal family. I'm so glad I made it to the front porch. Woohoo. Girl, we glad you made it to the front porch too. Now, Juan, back to you. So you keeping pretty girls around when they dumb as a bag of hair. That's how you doing it. Juan, you better be careful. Them dodo birds get you in trouble, baby. That's dangerous. Y'all, why Siri trying to get in on our conversation? I ain't saying nothing about that thing, and it gonna pop on and trying to answer back.
I'm full Siri. I don't like it.
I can't stand her. Child, I got Alexa, Siri, and Google in here. I be talking on the phone and talking to y'all, and them things be just answering me back. Darren say, I think the next season somebody comes looking for the husband. He wasn't no husband. Remember, she told him, you ain't my husband, and he was like, I should have been. So he wanted to be her husband, and that's why he was mad. He wasn't mad about that money. He was mad because she didn't want him.
Yeah, my baby daddy gone next con. He gone. If that's who she talking about.
Wait, I missed something. Lord, Juan say she a sweet girl on the inside. She misguided. Is that what you tell yourself when they find this stupid? She's sweet on the inside, though. You know, she real sweet on the inside. I mean, I guess so. You can say that till you tell yourself that. Lord, look at Angie. Angie say the power of booty. Let me tell you, booty got power. Booty has power. And Juan is telling y'all he respects the power of the booty. Yes, he does. Lord, Angie, I ain't want to say that. You may as well say it. You talking about so she's sweet on the inside. We already know what you talking about. JC say you want to be on the inside. You know, them boys cross the water say it's sweet in the middle. So maybe that's what he was trying to get at. Hey, KB. But yeah, I'm trying to see what's going to happen with Tydell. I think that's going to be real interesting. Lord, they done got started, good boy. They say, yes, my booty has power. And spiritual pain said booty power. Now they finna talk about booty power. But yeah, Miss Mississippi was cute, but she was just, you know, she was so stupid that it was a problem.
She ain't belong in there.
She didn't.
She ain't belong in there with them girls.
No, she learned how to do the acrobatics of it or whatever. Even how she was talking to Little Murder, talking about, you know, I be scared, and when them lights come on, like, girl, bye.
And why we got Little Murder out here looking like Cisco?
Girl,
I was wondering what's his hair dyed.
Had the hair dyed blue, and he up there, and she gonna tell him strip down naked and rap, and his dumb behind got up there and did it.
You know, at first I couldn't even believe that he. You know, now we can see how he was with Uncle Clifford. It just came on. It just came on out when I seen him doing all that for the performance.
Yeah, he up there doing push-ups. And, hey, Ray.
I'm sorry. Did I interrupt the convo?
No, ma'am.
Y'all funny tonight.
What you say?
Y'all funny tonight. Y'all crack me up over here.
Okay, well, what you thought about these people?
Okay, these people. Okay, I have a question. I forgot folks' names, so I'm gonna just say who I, just say. I'm just gonna say because I just don't know. I forgot their name. That ex-con dude with the ankle bracelet. What's his name?
Man.
Okay, he needs more parts in this damn piece.
Amen.
Well,
They
that's
get
if
more
they bring
parts
them
in this
back.
show. Yeah.
I can give a damn about who on the pole. We need
Hello.
him.
Amen, girl.
Well, y'all got Uncle Clifford.
And we love, don't get me wrong, we love Cliff. But Maine, I agree. But I think Maine going back to jail. I think Maine going back to jail because remember, the little boy said he had his cousin babysitting the ankle bracelet and he went and robbed somewhere. He went and did a robbery with the ankle bracelet. So Maine
yeah, so he
back
going to jail.
Yeah, he done. But I do agree he could be the mascot of the show. He could do he could be the new dude to do the Arby's commercials. He welcome to come over here and wash windows in my subdivision. Like it's a lot of places.
Be my baby daddy.
What? Did you say baby daddy?
That's who I've been calling my baby daddy, him.
Oh Lord, you so crazy. But yeah, with Mississippi Good Boy, she did not need to be there. Like it was basically trying to tell the story like she wasn't supposed to be there. You know, she wanted to be the girl that was dating that little goofy, clear boy or whatever.
What is up with Mississippi?
The boy say she ain't supposed to be there and she need to get kicked off.
I ain't trying to get nobody out no job or whatever, but the girl who playing the character just not bringing it to me. They needed to put some more in her character.
I think so. They need to make her a little more stronger because when she did what she did, I'm sorry, what episode y'all on?
We finished.
Okay,
we done now?
We finished the whole season.
On the man that had her back. She's stupid. They shouldn't make her
That's what we were saying. Like it didn't make no sense. That's how we got all off into that side conversation about a lot of us knew people who did that same thing. But even beyond that, it was just her entire character for me. Like I said, her up there telling Murder, strip down, get naked, and you just get up there, and I get them, and when them lights come on, I just go. It's like, girl, hush. Like you so scary. At the end of the day, if you that scared, why you on the pole? Why you on the stage? Like, what is your problem? You and O.P. Taylor could have stayed in his trailer while he worked at a garage and you go apply for food stamps. That's what you could have went and did.
And it wasn't that just she was. Go ahead, baby.
I like the fact that all the other characters pretty much are kind of boss bitches, right? They ain't taking that. Having that weak link kind of F's it up for me for the whole thing because I would love to see some boss bitches on that pole, even though they got issues with their man and with the who and with the what. That shouldn't happen. I think they need to revamp that so that all of them are at least boss and still getting into the shit that they get into.
But see, here's the problem with that. That's not reality. That's not reality. It's always one weak link. It's always one silly one that's gonna let a man pimp her, play her, beat her, and take her bread, run her in circles. It's always gonna be one weak link. It would not be realistic if everybody come out there like they stripper superheroes, like Mercedes. That ain't realistic. That ain't realistic. Half of the girls in them strip clubs is dodo birds, just like Mississippi. How you think they end up on a show like the Cabaret with Jocelyn getting pimped and played?
And all of them not really, and all of them are bosses because we got to remember they didn't even have enough money to come up with Mercedes Benz.
Get Mercedes out of jail.
You know what I'm saying? So they not really no bosses.
One that knew how to get money. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that's not reality. See, people don't really get the strip club is not exactly a neat, cool place to be. That's a real grimy, low down, and dirty place to be. So it's a lot of girls in there that's just as weak and dumb and pretty as Mississippi. That's just reality.
I sure don't know them then because it would just be great because it's kind of a fiction movie. Just make them all better than at least that. Because just knowing that a woman's getting beat, it just kind of brings it down. Period.
Well, I mean, it gave us something to talk about because we up here talking about it. You know what I mean? So it gives you dimension, and it's not entertaining when it ain't got no reality to it. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing real about, oh, everybody is so wonderful and tough and strong and bosses. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't be up in there giving them what you got for a pork chop. You'd have been somewhere else getting your bread on.
And y'all
Because
don't
girls
forget.
get money everywhere, not just on the pole.
And don't forget the police. I forgot to say that the police. Remember the police saw in the beginning of episode 7. You remember when Haley was walking into the club, the police officer saw her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be real interesting to see because he saw her and what he said to Clifford about it. He see the girl there, and all of a sudden this man come up dead and missing. Because I want to say that Diamond ended up getting rid of the body or something, right?
I
Didn't
think
Diamond get
so.
rid of the
Remember,
body?
because the news report, they mentioned how many people got hurt. They didn't say nobody was dead. So they had to get rid of that body.
That's gonna be
And I
interesting.
think that was what tearing Mercedes up so bad. She was worried about getting caught going to jail.
I don't think so. I think what got Mercedes, because Mercedes one of them try to run around like a superhero. But I think her biggest issue is that she had never been that close to dying. Had nobody never just, put it on her like that, where, I could have lost my life tonight. I think that was the realization that hit her, because thinking you about to die, that'll put something on your mind.
It
That'll
sure
really put
will.
something on your mind.
That's true.
I think that's why she was so traumatized that she went to go talk to her mama, because she felt like, okay, let me just talk. I was mad at mama, but let me go talk to my mama and it'll get better and yada yada. But the reality was her mama's a scumbag, regardless of what kind of trauma you going through.
And
Right.
I also think it was her first body. You know what I'm saying? And when you end, no matter what happened, when you end up taking a life, you're gonna feel a certain type of way at first. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to sleep the same. You're gonna think somebody watching. Let me be quiet.
I'm
But
just
I think
saying.
it
I
was more
mean,
about taking a body too.
yeah, it was that, and then feeling like she gonna die, like you say, being afraid that you gonna get caught. Some people do have that type of conscience, where they be worried about it. Some people don't. Don't be fooled. Everybody ain't shook by that. Thank you, G darling. Everybody ain't shook by that part of it, because I know I wouldn't have been. I'm just telling you straight up what I know for a fact about me.
But see,
I
Ray
wouldn't have
Ray
been
won't.
worried.
Ray want them to open up a men club and have Maine as the main event. That's what Ray
I
want.
did
That's
tell
what
him
Ray
that
Ray
one
want.
Yeah.
time. I get the doggone about them bitches on it. Oh, bring him back to the screen, please.
Have
She
y'all
won't win.
seen?
She
Have
won't
y'all
main.
seen the movie with the show that Tyler Perry done cheated? Done copied off.
I
Katori
done
done went
told
up.
you I'm not watching that mess.
Well,
You
I'm
watch
just
it.
Mm-hmm.
Come
saying.
back and
I
tell
seen
us
the
what
clip
happened.
on Twitter. I
Lord.
seen the clip on Twitter where they was had the men on there and they was showing dick and everything.
Ew.
I'm
Well,
just saying, if y'all
No,
want to
thank
watch it,
you.
it's on BET. I seen the
But
clip
you
that was
know
on.
what though? It would make sense that Tyler Perry would want to show that, and I'm gonna leave that right.
All
But
right, yeah, he do.
I do.
Tyler. But this is, when it comes to that type of stuff, like that's not my bag. Like I
Yeah.
told y'all, I almost missed out on this show because I thought it was just gonna be some raunchy mess. But it turned out to be a really good show with a lot of really good, you know,
Mm-hmm.
plots and themes and characters, and a lot of really good character development. Um, but
Right.
what was I finna say? That part, and then the other part, which I found interesting too, the situation with Corbin, how his brothers beat his tail. Now tell me y'all didn't laugh, because I did. They
Mm.
beat Corbin half to death.
That was crazy.
He
That
deserved
was.
it too.
What happened?
How Corbin got beat up by his white brothers because he went talking about leasing and wouldn't sign for them to sell. If they had went ahead and sold, they would have had the money, whether the people could use it or not. And so he went pushing for the lease, the lease. I want to leave a legacy and this and that. Child, your mammy didn't want to leave no legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really tried to capitalize off somebody else's misfortune. Like, dude, you raggedy. And now you done cost them people all that money. Yeah, they beat your behind. They sure did. And then Clifford gonna tell him, talk about something. Don't you bring your behind back to the Pynk? And I thought that it really showed his level of selfishness, because he up there telling Clifford, you wasn't supposed to tell nobody. We need this casino. and you ain't supposed to get nothing. I'm supposed to get something. And yeah, JC, he used that hard R. And Clifford had to tell him, you better take that off and replace it with a.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah,
he is.
they beat him good.
I love that. I was gonna be through with Autumn if she would have left Mercedes in there with that man, but I'm glad she came back.
I know, huh?
She came back. I like that she came back, and I think she thought about it just because of the trauma, But overall, you could tell she not no bad person.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
it was
think she
just,
came back because she knew that man would have killed her.
but that's the whole point. Like she could have took off, and the man wouldn't have never caught her. He might have killed Mercedes, but she'd have been gone.
I think
But
that
No,
she
that's
found
what
a
I'm saying.
friend in
She
her.
came back.
That's
She,
right.
she found a friend in her. That girl was there. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Yeah.
and then it was a matter of two. I think Autumn was just a decent person. She didn't
Yeah.
seem like she was supposed to be where she was. She ended up
Mm-mm.
there trying to have a way to hide the money she was moving, and to kind of hide out in a place where she figured that man would never look for her. Would have been a little dirty strip club like the Pynk. But I think overall her character is a good girl and a smart girl, educated girl, and she just was smart enough to go hide in the gutter.
Hmm. I think she and Mercedes made that connection in the house when she stepped into Mercedes' daughter's room and they, had that connection there. And I think that was the main reason why she came back. She's like, I really love that girl. We trust each other enough. So
Yeah,
again,
I think they two thoroughbreds from two totally different worlds.
Exactly. Now that's what I got, Gabor. They
yeah.
realized that we basically the same girl. And that's what I think a lot of times that's what sisters be catching on to when we make those bonds with each other. It's like
Right,
understanding that somebody might come from a whole different background, but you got a lot more in common with your sister than you think.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And when them two got to, chopping it up about things, they really realize, just like the boy said, y'all the same thing, but y'all just from two different places.
Yeah,
And that
because they the only ones in the club that really had a backup plan. Those were
right.
the two girls in the club that was bosses.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? They gonna make shit happen.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
And you know what else is funny? It's the
What?
fact that where Mercedes was concerned, all them hookers was counting on her to bring them niggas in there for them to eat. They was
Hmm.
eating off of Mercedes. Like she didn't just make it happen for her, she made it happen for them too.
Yeah, she paid everybody.
But not just
Right.
paying everybody, baby. She brought them in. She brought the crowds. When
That's
she was
right.
headlining, doing Mercedes Sundays, them girls was depending on her to do that to get them jokers in the door to bring out that money. Because some
Hmm.
people have that type of charisma that they can draw a crowd, and everybody can eat. And some people don't have that type of charisma and they can't draw a crowd. So they literally wait on girls like Mercedes to to basically get them fish in a feeding frenzy. And
And
she could get them boys hyped up and everybody
and
probably
Clifford.
fall open.
And Clifford. That's why
Yeah,
she was
Clifford
asking
too.
Clifford, you want me to stay? You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
You want me to stay?
Let's say it.
I know that's
What
what I was
y'all
saying.
think?
That's why she was asking Clifford, do you want me to stay? Because
Yep.
Clifford know, you know what I'm saying, the club ain't gonna really be, Mississippi, she alright. You know what I'm
But she
saying? But
don't have that charisma.
the
And
first
she
somebody
kind of
would have came to
fake.
her, yeah, the first somebody would have came to her, she would have left the club.
Yep, she'd have crumbled and everything else. And it's so funny because, like you say, they trying to build her like she was the best dancer. But in reality, whether you the best dancer or not don't mean a lot. Like you got people that was great singers, but they couldn't, whether they could sing great or not, their personality, they couldn't sell it to the crowd. And
Hmm.
Mercedes had that charisma that she could bring them in. She had a commanding personality. However, when it come to Keyshawn, the dum dum, she can't. She try to fake that false. She brings out that false bravado and pretending like she confident when really you scary as hell and telling this man to get up here and rap butt naked.
Exactly. That's what it doesn't come off as real to me. That's what I'm
Bomb.
saying. The way she was sitting in there talking, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gonna do this. Like like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't come off as real to me.
It don't.
They didn't do good for her character. I'm sorry.
They really didn't. And it's like when she was talking to Lil Murder, it sounded like one dumb hole trying to school another one on their first night. That's how it came off. Like, girl, this what you gonna do. You just close your eyes and go out there on that stage and bend your butt over at the crowd and just start twerking. Don't even worry about, like, that's how it came, like a stripper pep talk. One hole to another hole. And the fact that Lil Murder actually responded to that let me further know that you's a BAN too. Because how could you even respond to that?
And another thing with Keyshawn that pissed me off, bitch, why you gonna take the gun and ain't gonna use it? If
Thank
Autumn would have had this
you.
gun, they could have got the shit over with real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You go take her heater, then she don't have nothing in her hand to protect herself or Mercedes. And then what you do, you take the gun and hold it on the person that was actually helping you.
But I ain't gonna be mad at Keyshawn for that because Autumn should have never gave her shit up if that was all she had. You know what I'm saying?
But she didn't think it was gonna come down to that. Number one, she never thought in a million years that man was gonna pop up. Because when she saw him, she looked like she had seen the ghost of Christmas past. That's number one. And number two, what she was trying to do, which is another reason why I do like Autumn's character, is the fact that she was trying to tell her, like, I know that Negro beat your tail. If you need to defend yourself or you scared, I'd rather you take it and blow him away than to let him kill you and take you from your kids. That's some real sister stuff. While she was up there trying to fake confident and talk and be arrogant with the girl, what Mercedes gonna think about you taking her locker? Girl, don't try to haze nobody. Don't try to boss up on nobody.
Yeah, bitch, and that ain't even you.
Thank you.
Right,
That's
so let me bounce back up on you though and let you know why you getting your ass with this gun in here though.
And that's another thing I just couldn't. When you bitches needed money to go get that girl out of jail, that girl didn't really have to come because everybody was being really a bitch to her except for the lady that worked at the bar and Gidget. You know what I'm saying? She really didn't even have to show up.
And you know what? Monte was decent to her too.
Monte, who's that?
The girl that made they little costumes, the Spanish lady.
Yeah.
Monte was decent to her.
So I got another reality question that they put in there. The scene where Mercedes was in there with the coach, and the coach was like, leave a pole and come to a palace. That's another reality moment.
Yeah, now that was real. She tried to get a loan to start her business. He tried to leverage that into making her a full-time mistress. And I like the fact that Mercedes was real enough to be like, this right here looking a little too expensive. I gotta basically give you my soul to get a loan.
Basically.
Hell no.
And then had the nerve to say, my wife already know about you.
What you say to her? I said, hell no.
Hell no. And the fact that he said that the wife already knew. So it's like, so your wife don't care because you apparently got banked like that. But, you thought it was cool to tell Mercedes that, like, what was she supposed to feel? Honored? Impressed? Like, really? Who wants to engage in that? She done already been through that with a married man. And now his evil wife done got her daughter and using her daughter to punish her.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a little low down for him. But, she knows who she messing with, right? She know he married.
Yep, but that's at the club. Like she said, our relationship has always been transactional.
Right.
This man was trying to turn it into an arrangement. Wait a minute. Good boy, what Jada Pinkett called it with August Alsina?
Entanglement.
An entanglement. He tried to turn the arrangement into an entanglement. Natural born queen, you gone to bed, sis? Good night.
Good night, natural born queen.
Good night.
Sweet dreams, sis.
When you doing that, it's a lot that come with that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna want her doing nothing to nobody. He gonna want her at his you know what I'm saying? At his every call. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a lot
Like
of
he said, he need a key to that condo he gonna put in so he can come get it when he
So he
wants.
can come and go as he please. And I always wondered about those women who get in them situations. So you mean to tell me he got a whole wife, but he can demand that you be faithful? Please make it make sense.
Please, that's what I be wanting. I'll admit, I'll be honest. I done messed with a married man, and he come. It turned into you wanting me to do all these extra obscene things, and it's like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What is your wife doing? And what am I? What are you messing with me for? What are you married to her for? But messing with me and giving me the money, but she gets to remodel the house, stuff like it. You see what I'm saying? And I had to think smart on my end too. Like, what is your dumb ass doing? Talking to myself. But yeah.
Okay, because you got to think about it. A lot of times when them wives know, that's exactly how they feel. Let that dumb hoe on the outside do all the heavy lifting. I'm going to
Yep.
lift the kid inside these checks
Yep.
and these credit card receipts. That's what I'm going to do. That's the only lifting I'm going to do.
That's right. And that's why I had to think about it. Like, what is your dumb ass doing? You stupid. One talking to myself, like, girl.
Yep.
You
She was getting paid and you was getting a tip.
basically. And having to do more than what she doing.
Yeah, because you gonna always do more than what she got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because she got papers. I don't care what that man hand you. She got papers.
Question. Anybody know Richard Dimblesfield? She got papers.
Yeah, we know that song.
I know that's right. That's what I thought of.
Didn't you tell us, Sanitra, about one of your friends who I forgot if it was the wife or the side chick, or it was somebody that you know, and when the husband died or something, the house, yeah, it was somebody that you knew.
There's somebody I
Who
know. She
was the
was
side
actually
chick?
one of the neighbors to my parents. Like she lived on the same street with my mom and daddy. Yes, and the wife showed up, collected all her stuff.
Wow.
You know, laid up there. She had laid up there. I would say her name, but I think she's still alive. And she was dead, I'd have said it. But she laid up there playing house with that man for many years. He never divorced the wife. They just laid up there, you know, fornicating, hoeing and shacking. Baby, when that man died, that woman showed up with his legitimate children and they cleaned house. The only thing she could keep was the stuff that had her name on it. Anything that was in his name was gone. And the wife made sure that her name wasn't even on the program. At the church, she didn't even get to get called a special friend. She didn't ride in the limo. She couldn't sit to the front of the church. Nothing. And she had been cooking that man food and washing his clothes and playing house for many, many years. Sure did.
What's the poem from what's the name of that show? I mean the name of the movie that Tyler Perry did. That Tyler Perry did with the colors. The Color Girls.
Yeah.
And Loretta Devine did that poem, I Want My Things. that wife came and said, I want my things. I want everything, bitch. It's mine.
Hey, and the woman, a wife has rights. That's why I say, you know, you're not Angie. You don't let Angie like that. And he taking advantage of all your how you say accoutrements and hospitality and whatnot. And when it's all said and done, he didn't even protect you with paper. That wife got the protection of paper. Paper. Like really, you could have been there playing house for many, many, many years, and that lady can show up and say, I'm the wife and I wants to pull the plug. Hey, Vanessa.
Right, that's right. And then just karma, you know, if I ever decide to get married again, I got to worry about that rolling back around on me, you know?
Ooh, child. But you know, it don't always work like that. You know, it don't always work like that. Sometimes, honey, the stuff we do come back on our children.
Right. And that's
you don't even have to hit you. It can hit your children or your grandchildren. So you just have to hope for the best. That's all I can say. And don't feel bad either. You know, repent about stuff, be done with it, and don't let nobody beat you over the head. If you know you ain't living like that no more, let it be what it is. Because you might have to worry about that, but there's some other people got to worry about some other things.
Right. That's why I'm able to talk about it, because I learned my lesson from doing it.
I know that's right.
Amen, a spiritual babe.
Hey, Queen Paradise girl, we ain't seen you in a long time. Where you been?
Hey, Queen Paradise.
She say the devil will tell a lie. Oh, pay attention for sure. Okay, all right. We talking about them no good men. They be lying. They do be lying. Some of them be telling the truth though.
That's
Spiritual
right,
babes
spiritual
say
babe.
no husband privileges for boyfriends. Be careful. You sure
Amen.
better.
I know that's right.
And listen, that's why I say that new thing they got going on where people be dating and asking women what you bring to the table. Can you cook? Can you do Negro? That's for married men. That is for married men. That is not for boyfriends. The cooking and cleaning is not for boyfriends. And these sisters up here auditioning like you trying to win a prize when you supposed to be the prize.
Right.
No, ma'am. Okay, that's right. Easy breezy. Okay, we miss you too. I don't know where you been. I ain't seen you in a long time. Oh my. Easy breezy, how the baby doing? You ain't told us how our little niece is doing yet. All the aunties and grandmas, we over here waiting to hear news.
Yes.
Okay. But I ain't kidding. Like that was another thing that was interesting. Let me see what else. Oh, with Gidget. That boy told her that he couldn't make it that night, and she up there screaming and throwing a fit. And he did make it there that night, but he was making it there to drop off some stuff. He just didn't want to see her. Now I thought that was funny.
Like the whole show, he been avoiding her.
He didn't want her. You remember he told what's the man name?
L.
Big L that he didn't want her that he was in town when Big L came to their hotel.
Yeah, he said that. He sure said it. And I just found it like, why would he, I don't know. Maybe she was getting on his nerves.
Oh, Queen Paradise. Thank
Okay.
you.
Or it might have been the credit deal, because the mama was feeding the mama pills, so he probably got tired of asking for free drugs.
Yeah, that too. That too. But it really wasn't free if she was tossing her tail up.
That's true. That's true.
There wasn't ain't nothing free but salvation. Come on now. She was paying in kind. Other people paid in cash and she paid in kind.
But Haley was sharp when she came in after the auction, huh?
Wasn't she clean?
She was clean and all white. Where you was hiding that outfit at, Haley?
She went shopping with some of that money. Got her some clean clothes and came up in there. And did you check the symbolism with the colors?
Angel.
Right. And then
Red,
had Tiny dressed up like devil, and everybody else there for a fume. I say, ain't this nothing? So you show up for a fume, the devil come to celebrate prematurely, and then the angels swoop in and save your neck. I'm all right. My sinus is just killing me. That's all. That's why I sound like Russell from Martin with the snot nose.
She ain't gonna be now she probably not gonna be dancing. She part on the club.
Oh no, she ain't got no reason to get up there with that non-dancing.
No, she don't.
All she was doing was dipping her knees and swinging back and forth. That's why all of them kept saying, boy, you could be light-skinned and do nothing. Because that's what she was doing was nothing. She was up there dipping them knees and swaying back and forth. I said, what in the hell is this? But I say, go ahead, girl, go off. Go off. Yeah, Dareth, you caught that with that red suit. Uh-huh.
Bless you.
Sorry, y'all. I can't quit sneezing now. Oh, man. Let me mute so I can blow my nose. I feel bad enough sneezing in y'all ear. I'm not finna blow my nose in your ear. But that was crazy. But look, y'all, what else did we miss in this episode? I think we done caught everything. All the look. Oh no, we didn't. We didn't. I ain't gonna talk on the lasciviousness of the act. But what did y'all think about that scene with Lil Murder taking Uncle Clifford out there to the back and then hung them little Christmas lights up in that man's car?
I forgot what happened.
I'm not finna say it, but they was out there doing stuff and drinking
Shauna said?
Huh?
Was he doing what Shauna said?
Wait, let me see what Shauna said.
Shauna, no, the rapper. I was getting some.
No, they was doing everything.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was that inspiration point.
Yeah, if you could, that's what you call it, sis, inspiration point. They was inspired.
Try.
Oh my.
That was something.
And if you look hard enough, you just may have gotten inspired too.
No, ain't no way I'm finna get this. How can I get inspired? They didn't even have nobody in there look like me. That was a confusing scene. I didn't understand what was happening. Lord, Alexa said she thought it was romantic. Wait, there was a
It was romantic.
You said it was what?
It was romantic, I agree.
It was romantic.
It was sweet. It was nice. How they went off and to
the Clifford, because Clifford ain't feel comfortable going nowhere.
They had a nice time.
Now, it's some people that had a nice time in an alley. Is we really gonna call that romantical?
Well, hey, I thought it was.
Okay, if it wasn't that type of situation, can a man take you to the back of the woods after he stole your car and put some Christmas lights in it and give you a flask of pecan whiskey and your drawers gonna go as far as the east is from the west?
Oh Lord.
But you can't compare that. You can't compare that.
Hell I can.
You can't compare that. You can't compare that to a woman relationship.
How?
Because Clifford has already explained how he will get treated when he will be out in public. So it's not the same scenario. A woman and a man can go anywhere on this earth. Two men, two gay men cannot.
You tricking, but guess what else? You could put it on the road. They could have jumped up and rode to Biloxi, or they could have rode over to Florida for the weekend. You ain't had to be in the bushes with no Christmas lights on the ceiling, drinking out of flasks and fogging up the windows.
I thought it was nice.
I thought that was a hot mess. I wish a Negro would.
But due to that scene, that's what made me. I wanted Uncle Clifford to snap on Murder when he walked up to him and they was in the meeting. And he put his hand on Lil Murder and was like, "What y'all talking about? You know what's going on here?" And Lil Murder was like, "Business."
Clifford knew better than that, though.
That's not saying good boy.
Clifford knew better than that. Clifford one of the old girls. Clifford one of the old girls. Clifford know better than that. He left
you gonna walk in there
alive.
Thank you, and try to push your way when you know this man in a business meeting with other men who not even trying to hear that. It's money on the line, and you coming in there acting silly. I thought Clifford was full of crap.
But Murder said this what he wanted. Like he told him in the office, I thought this what you wanted.
But this is the problem. Somebody asking you out, Clifford wouldn't even go out. But then when you choose to try to be transparent and jumping out in the front on Front Street is when it's not this boy money. You didn't want to let him come out on his own terms and bring you out when he tried to get you to come out. You want to wait till he trying to get his bread on to come bringing your flamboyant tail up in there with that real nice weed. You ain't have to do that.
Like they say, wrong time, wrong place.
Yeah.
I think that night Clifford was feeling himself just a little, or herself, sorry, just a little.
Himself, you said it because he said uncle. If he say uncle, it's him.
Okay. I think he was feeling himself a little too much, trying to flame, like you said, because first of all, we not together like that. So he needs to calm down, slow down, and he should have got checked for that, for sure.
Right, but the thing is, Murder wasn't go check him because I think he in love. So Murder wasn't go check him. Instead, he was trying to see Clifford point of view. and explain itself or whatever. But Cliff was wrong for that all day, every
It
day.
really wasn't no, yeah, it really wasn't no explaining Clifford know what he was doing. Clifford was trying to see how far he could go.
Right. He tested boundaries at the wrong time. And this is the thing. When one party, I don't care what kind of relationship or whatever, I don't know that much about how those work, but I know about men and women. If one party refused to define the relationship and draw boundaries out when the other party wants to, you can't come back later and try to, lay it down, be it swaying. You know what I'm saying? In situations, now you want to put up this wall, oh, we together. But when the person was trying to do that, you didn't want to do that.
True.
Cliff was playing games for real. Yeah, CC, he tried it. He really did try it. That was not cool. Alexis say, I don't like nobody to overstep my boundaries. I would be like, we done. Okay.
Especially with money on the line, like you said.
Exactly.
Baby, with money. What's the term, Gabor, when it's still money on the table?
You leaving money on the table. Yeah, Clifford was, and Clifford one of the old girls. Like I say, Clifford know better.
Yeah, he knew better.
Clifford had already knew what the game was when LaMurda was, LaMurda was trying to be nice, saying let's go out there and eat and stuff like that earlier in the relationship, right?
Right. And Cliff turned him down cold.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Clifford already knew what time it was. You know what I'm saying? Even though the man was saying what he was saying, Clifford knew what time it was. And it wasn't the place to do that in no business meeting. You know what I'm saying?
So what? But now, hold on. I hate to go back to Keyshawn and Gabor because I know you don't like her. But if they don't kill her off, how is she going to come back to that club? Because Opie was way too excited that the club was closing. And, this her last time all the way around the board. And how he going to be comfortable with her going up there to dance after Diamond done beat the brakes off him? How that's going to work?
I don't know, but I thought they say that the season 2 going to be less in the club, more, which is, you can only do so much in the club. You know what I'm saying? But I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see. I hope they got some good writers. I hope they don't piss me off.
I hope that sometime the first season or something can be so good that the second season don't live up to it. And then sometimes they'll just take 2 seasons and then have cliffhangers and don't finish. Now, I don't know if y'all watched on AMC Into the Badlands. I love that show. And then I think they made a season 3 and never released it. So I hope that P-Valley don't go down that road where you done built us up and then season 2 answer a lot of questions and develop the characters some more. And then season 3 don't never happen. Because they do that a lot in TV with these scripted shows. They go to changing writers and messing up stuff. Like they did with American Gods. They went to changing up writers, getting rid of Orlando Jones, cutting out characters, and then it just flops. So I really hope that they keep this going and they keep the same writers and just keep developing the story and no cliffhangers.
Right, and bring back Miss Loretta, honey, because I tripped off because she went down the steps and you supposed to be blind. Then she said, I've been driving all my life. I know how to get there.
Yo, was it just me, girl, or did you holler when Clifford told her to watch out for the glass? She talking about, nigga, I see you. You don't see nothing, you blind.
What about when they was betting on the stuff and she said, it almost cost more than my coochie?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When they was bidding.
Yeah.
They got to break her back. And when she said, well, I don't know if we said it word. You know what she called her.
She called her a hoe. She said a hoe. She said, what kind of hoe is you?
She said, well, what's your name, hoe? She said, Haley. She said, well, I was close.
Oh.
Did you heard the rhymes that Mississippi was
she was funny. She was really funny.
The rhymes Mississippi was rhyming to the agent, the man who was trying to sign LaMurda.
Oh my God.
It just didn't come out.
That
Get off of that. Get off of that.
That was real whack.
Get rid of him.
What you say, good boy? You wanted the Sandman to come out and brush her off.
Get rid of him.
I'm done. I am so done. But listen, y'all, I gotta go take some more medicine. I love it. I love y'all so much. If it was left to me, I would kick it for another hour. But apparently my nose is not cooperating with that plan. Okay. So I'm gonna get on up out of here and try to medicate a little bit more. But thank y'all so much for going through the whole thing with us, revisiting the Pynk. I enjoy going to the Royal Family Media Room, watching shows together, you know, coming back up on the porch and conversing about it. You know, I was tempted to say conversate. You know, we know that ain't no word, but you know, in the Blactionary, it is in there. But I enjoyed y'all so much. And then maybe we'll figure out something else to watch and go through and then come back and talk about it like a family too. That'll be real cool. But anyway, we finna get on up out of here, man. I hope y'all made it over to Gabor's channel today and saw that live that he had earlier because it was fine. Y'all know it always is. And Gabor, when you going live again, boo?
I don't even know.
Well, I hope y'all click that notification bell. Yeah.
You sound a little bit more enthusiastic about it.
Okay, he said like somebody told him to come get a whip, and ain't nobody told you to go pick a switch.
No, I said I need to
him, go out there and get me a switch. That's how he sounded when he answered me.
Didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, I was saying that I don't know when the next time I'm going live, but I need to go live more often.
Good. Now that's what I like to hear. So listen, y'all make sure that y'all hit that notification bell over there and click all. Do it over here too. But over there, this is important. I'm putting the bat signal in the sky. We don't want to miss nothing. Hit that notification bell, click all. So every time he go live and even hiccup, I want y'all to know about it and let us know what you saw when you got over there. Okay? So in the meanwhile, y'all have a good night, sweet dreams. You know we got Front Porch Gossip tomorrow night. If anything else happened good during the day, then it is what it is. We'll talk about it. Vanessa telling me to get the belt for him. If he don't go live, I'm going to get the belt for him, Vanessa. Don't worry. I'm going to chase him. I'm going to chase him down. And y'all have a good night. I love you guys, and we'll talk again tomorrow, okay? Bye, y'all.
Feel better.
Good night. Feel better.
Bye, y'all.